Thanks for tuning to the ReShard show today. Our guest is a dynamic artist, a singer, songwriter, self-published author, creative mind, public speaker, poet, recording engineer. Oh, that's impressive right there. And a producer and content creator with a deep commitment to artistic expression who seeks to inspire, awaken, and transform through the power of words and sound. As the author of Mental Rhythms, a three-volume poetry series. She explores the dormant abilities within the human construct, offering profound insights into self-discovery and inner potential. And as a music artist, she has three beautiful singles out right now. That's we've been trying to mix them all in, guys. But we just can't settle on the one, so we got to play all of them. One being colors, one being Reed Green opening and stockings. Ladies and gentlemen, join us today. We have the one, the only Khame.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah. Hey, listen, before we get started, just want to say and extend to you gratitude. Number one, gratitude for, following your nudge to create this platform for artists, for entrepreneurs, for singers, for business owners, just whoever graces this space. Thank you for crafting this platform, but also thank you for sticking with it. I can only imagine, even in the creation of it and also the duration that it has gone. There have been some days where you looked at it like, did I do the right thing? I probably should have taken that job at the library. But again, thank you so much for trusting your talents and for trusting your gifts. And it is just an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Definitely an honor to have you. I know you could have been doing anything else. You could have been out creating or just enjoying, some self time or family time. So I definitely appreciate you sharing your time with us as well. And you're definitely right. Some days it's like, ooh, it's a lot of work. Because when you have to deal with a lot of different personalities, it can be quite overwhelming at sometimes. but I think this is the right thing to do, and of course, give people a platform, like you said, entrepreneurs, artists, producers, actors, comedians, no matter what they do, just give them a chance to shine their light to the world, because sometimes that's all a person need is an opportunity,
Yes. So again, thank you for that. Thank you for this opportunity and for all of the people, hearts, and minds that this will touch. Thank you.
Yeah. So of course, this is our first conversation in this space. So can you share like who's Khame behind the titles and beyond the accolades over the years? Like who is the person?
Yes. So Khame is originally from South Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah. So just Southern roots, home of the blues, home of Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
But when you peel back all of the layers, it started at New Salem Missionary Baptist Church on 4th Street. Everything from that's where it all sprang forth when we first found out these are all of the gifts and talents endowed in this vessel. That's Kelly at the core. It's just a creative mind, a creative being, and a creative soul.
And of course, I want to find out. Of course, I'm pretty sure you heard this question before, so this is going to probably be the only question that you probably heard before. Everything else is going to be pretty much just a natural flow for us today. What inspired you to even get into the arts? Because you do multiple things. You do poetry, you do music, and you write books and all these things. So what was the initial thing that like caught your ear or caught your eye? Like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
So I have to tie it into the answer that I just gave, finding out about it at a young age, because I started singing at church at 5. And from there, from singing, I did narration, oratory parts, acting. So all of that sort of awakened at me very early. But it wasn't until junior high, when I was in this creative writing class, that I realized this may be a way to incorporate all of it. Okay. And also I have 2 older sisters. And so we were a singing group that went all over Tennessee, all over the parts, and we're just singing all together. So you put all of that together and then just trying to apply for so many jobs and it not really working. And every time I operate as this vessel, as the service vessel. Every time I operate it, it's seamless. It does. I don't have to think about it. It just comes out naturally. So when I figured that out in junior high, I just pursued it with poetry, and I just kept going, and I never looked back.
And consider that you do so many things within the arts space. Like, do you prefer one of, I guess, one of your talents over the other? Should I say? Like, do you prefer being?
No, I don't prefer one over the other, but it is one of them that is sort of the catalyst for all of them, and that is that creative writing. So the creative writing brings the music, it brings the poems, it brings the authorship, and being in that creative space, then that's where you get that graphic design and the producing and the music, all of that. It's that creativity, having that creative mind allows everything else to happen. So being a multi-talented individual, it can be overwhelming once you figure out, oh my goodness, what's all this inside of me? What do you want me to do with this? But I get it now. It's to service of others. This vessel is here to serve others, and in whatever capacity that has been instilled in here, that's what's going to come out. So it starts with the creativity, and from that, it springboards into everything else.
And just to back up a little bit, you mentioned that when you was growing up, you were singing with your sisters. Do you guys still get together from time to time? And
oh no, we don't. We cut that off maybe when my oldest sister was in college. She went to Lemoyne College, and so life just took over. She pursued being a computer programmer, and that's a really intense program of study. So that just took everything else. But she still plays piano for church on Sundays. She lives out in California, and then the middle sister still stays in Tennessee. She pursued nursing. So when they began to pursue their careers or their life calling, that cut it off. But we had a good time. Oh, we had a good time. We had a good time. Our favorite song to sing was "Jesus Is Love." So that was
classic.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever put out your own original music as well during that time?
No, we never did. We just sang we sort of did cover music of whatever was happening, but my oldest sister can write music. So we would maybe sing a little bit of it, but we never put anything out. I'm the first one to actually complete that vision. To actually complete that vision from all of us. So that's it is like a full circle of this is where we started. But when you hear, Melted Gold, the Elixir EP, and the behind the scenes of that, it has all of that in it. Yeah.
Amen. So, of course, as I mentioned in the opening, you recently released some beautiful songs. One being Color, one being Stockings, and of course the other one being this one blank.
Rebrand Opening.
Rebrand. I don't know how it just went blank like that.
Yeah,
but
that's okay.
But out of those songs, like, do you have like a favorite, or is there one that's been getting requested the most when you go sing as well?
Ooh, to pick a favorite, that's almost like saying pick one talent, because the whole EP works as a unit.
Yes.
And the whole EP is about me finally meeting me for the first time. So I've been with me my whole life, and now finally meeting me. So I'm not going to pick a favorite, but I will say right now, Colors and Regrand Opening are like they're neck and neck for it's the word, it's what I'm saying. It's the lyrics of it. And so Colors is me asking me, teach me how to love you, teach me how to treat you, teach me how to be. I'm meeting you for the first time. And Regrand Opening is self-explanatory. I had taken myself off of off stage, off social media, off everything to just do the work on me. And this is the Regrand Opening of my life. But something special in that song is that it's a song that contains all of the song titles of the EP. So that's what you're hearing when I'm singing. I'm actually singing all of the songs of the whole EP in Regrand Opening.
Yes. And then, of course, sometimes we have to unplug. As you say, you stepped away from the social media and the music for a little bit. So within that time, I guess, what was the main thing that you discovered about yourself, your surroundings, you as an artist? What were some of the I guess, the highlights you discovered?
I want to say the biggest highlight I discovered was not being all of me, presenting me to the public. And what I mean by that is a lot of times I would be on stage and still standing there saying, I can't wait to get home and take this off. Not the clothing, but this me.
Yeah, yeah.
This character, this avatar, this person. Yes, we have on these costumes and, that's part of the presentation. But when you take that off, I didn't even know me if I wasn't in that. You see, so sitting home with me, I'm thinking, well, some days I would have to be in the house alone and I'm putting on all this costume just to communicate with me. So now, showing up as me, the real me, it's just been so awesome. And the reception has really been amazing because it's all of me as me all of the time. The second thing that I was able to peel back was a lot of the pain that I had buried down just inside of me, and I wasn't addressing any of it. So stepping away meant I'm not looking at anyone else. No, I'm not talking to I'm not seeing anything. All I can do is take the mirror, turn it around, and focus on and clean up me. And that right there has been the biggest point, because now I can see it in other people and I immediately come in for, how can I help you? How can I serve you? Yeah.
I just thought about something as you was talking. Do you think it's easy for artists or creators to like get lost in the quote unquote character of versus, just staying true to themselves? Some artists that get caught up, oh, I got this many followers, so I must be the hottest thing, or this song or poem sold so many copies. Do you think it's easy to get caught up in those things?
Oh, for sure. It's extremely easy because especially as for young artists that haven't experienced it before, when I was at that first starting out and your name is up there and you're in front of all of these big name artists as the opener and you're just in the room and you don't realize that you're in the room, it's because of your talent, but you thinking it's there from all of this praise and these accolades, and you just get lost in that character and you forget who you are, to where you lose that soul, you lose in touch with who you really are as a person, which disconnects you from the audience. And again, that's why I like doing these types of settings, because it puts us in that intimate space of really getting to know, who is this person?
And with your music, what do you want to really hit home to the listener? Like, what's your main messages? I know you mentioned that you want to. These particular songs was about great opening of yourself, but what's the main message you want to convey to the listeners?
Well, basically that same message of self-discovery and self-love. Once again, a lot of times we're with ourselves, but we don't even really know who we are, or we don't take the time to sit with us long enough. It says, be still and know. We might know, but you can't know until you be still. So once you be still, this all of the music or anything coming from this vessel is about self-discovery, self-love, and empowerment for you to live and be the best and greatest version of you.
I like that. And then, of course, as we mentioned earlier, you also produce and engineer. So, like, when you switch and put those particular hats, or what should I say, hair ties, since you have a hair tie, is there like a different mode that you switch to, like when you doing a producer role or engineer role? Is there a different mode?
For you are correct, but it still has that same, there's a line that goes through all of everything that this vessel does, and that is that creativity. So I approached engineering like how I recorded me doing all of Melted Gold, the Elixir EP. And so with that, it's approaching it first as creative. Creative, so it's not really robotic or structured, but when I put that hat on, it's really freedom. Be as free as you can be, Khame, because in this space you are the creator, so you don't have to imitate anyone, you don't have to make it sound like anyone else is anything. You really can map it out and make it look and sound and be exactly how you want it to look and sound and be. So I really do that when I'm in that space.
Yeah, and like when I hear your music, it's soulful, it's inspiring and uplifting. So how? But of course, that's my opinion. But how would you, I guess, if you had to, I guess, describe your signature sound? How would you describe it?
I'm with you right there. I just really call it soul,
Hmm.
and it is its own genre called vibe because that's
Hmm.
just what it is. You can hear colors, but then you hear stockings, completely different tones and
Yeah,
vibrations
yeah.
and all that going on.
Mhm.
But the core of it, there it is again, is that creative music. But something that I do with all of my music is I stay away from a lot of vocal alterations.
Hmm.
So where you really just hearing me, I sing soprano,
Hmm.
alto, tenor, and bass, the whole grand
Hmm.
staff. So all of those sounds are really just me. So I kind of
Hmm.
give it a highlight of all of these sounds are coming out of this container. Don't cover it up, don't hide it, because that's
Hmm.
really the soul of it. So I would just call it soul or vibe.
Hmm. And then, of course, can you share like the importance for the ones that's out there that's aspiring producers or engineers? Can you share the importance of a good quality mix and master and why it's important?
Ooh, yes, for sure. So um that will determine where it goes and
Hmm.
also where it will not go. Okay.
Hmm.
It also introduces you as the artist before you even arrive. How do
Hmm.
you feel about your music? How do you feel about your sound? How do you feel about your presentation? And
Yeah.
before you even get in the room, you already have the yes or the no. So that right there is important. Number two, it also will help you to relay your message.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it does. It helps it to lay really on. So, sitting with the mixing and the mastering of Melted Gold, the Elixir EP, the message really had to stand out. Like it could not come out here until you could hear the message first. Like that, it's something should vibrate inside of you when you hear it. So
Hmm.
when you know it, and it will defy description for artists.
Hmm.
You will just
Indeed.
know that it has that sound. And so just keeping in mind that the importance of a good mix and master, again, it will determine who you are as an artist and
Hmm.
how you receive and perceive yourself.
Hmm. And is there certain like I guess a feeling that you have when you know you have something solid, like, okay, this is ready to go out to the world? Like, is there a certain feeling or a certain checklist you check off before releasing it to the world?
Yeah. So the first thing is when the songs come to me, they
Hmm.
already have a sound. You can
Hmm.
hear it. I'm hearing the lyrics and all of that. So for that sound to come out of my head and
Hmm.
into the microphone and out the output,
Yeah.
when that happens, that's part of the checklist of did it get it. But
Hmm.
also to step away from it and not say anything and have others come in and experience it as well, and
Hmm.
watching their feedback or receiving their feedback, not saying that that's the final say so, but
Hmm.
seeing is the message being conveyed.
Hmm.
I like to involve others in their process as well. And then the next thing on the checklist is, did I say everything that came to me to say, or am I
Hmm.
leaving something out? And if I'm leaving something out, why?
Yeah.
Don't hide. That's the whole point of this vessel now, is showing up as the truth of you. So making sure that
Hmm.
every song is saying and conveying the truth, so that when the
Hmm.
listener hears it, it inspires them to do, live, and be the same.
Indeed. And then, of course, as we mentioned, also you're an incredible author as well. You have a series that's out, Mental Rhythms. So, can you share a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so the Mental Rhythm series is a part one, part two, and part three. I
Hmm.
actually have part two and part three with me now. So this is part two,
Awesome.
the visual. That's
Hmm.
part two, and this is part three.
Hmm.
Liquefy, the total breakdown, and
Hmm.
the whole series is just to inspire the reader to
Hmm.
step outside of the box,
Hmm.
leave the comfort zone, because that's where it happens. That's where life is lived, and
Hmm.
it just takes you to three different parts of my mind, the activist me, the
Hmm.
person that's involved in community involvement, but also the
Hmm.
feelings me, the love me. So
Hmm.
it's just broken down into three sections, just showing a different aspect of me.
And speaking of community, do you think it's, I guess, hard to be an artist and an activist? Because sometimes they say, "Oh, stay in your lane," or do this," and you just go sing or whatever, or just go do your poetry. Do you think it's hard to have a voice in that space?
Right. I think that's the perfect person to be a community activist because we have the microphone, we have a platform, we have a stage. So music really is the heartbeat of the people. It tells us what's happening right then. If you just go and listen to each genre of music, you can tell what was happening during that time period. And certain artists really tap into it. So a lot of my music is just from life experiences, from life wisdom, but I wouldn't have that if I wasn't so deep involved in the living. So it goes together. If you are the type of artist that I am, I have to be out there because without the living, there is no content.
That's true. And I always go back to the Marvin Gayes, those people, the Sam Cooks and all, the classic singers that, put out all these records that was about, being active in your community and what's, as I said, what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on? He's saying picket signs and picket lines don't punish me with brutality. That's if that isn't in the heart of the community, that's what was going on. For real.
It's still going on.
Yeah, it's still going on. It's a timeless message, and that's the kind of music that I like to put out. It's timeless. It's not just something you can hear today, and then 6 years from now, you're like, "What happened to that one song?" No, you can play colors. You can go on and play colors. You can just put that on an LP and leave it.
It's definitely vinyl worthy and masterpiece worthy for sure. So of course, I'm from a place called Tallahassee, Florida, which is, of course, it's in the South. Of course, down there we call it "get into the Kool-Aid." Some people call it the tea, wherever you may be from. So this is the part where we really kind of dig deep to our special guests to see who they are behind, the different titles and things.
Yes.
So if it's a question that you don't want to answer, just say pass, okay? But I promise nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, so the first one I have for a very easy one. Well, it should be easy. When you're not creating, what are some of your hobbies?
I sit in nature a lot.
Okay.
Oh, I'm listening. I love that Be Still. The answers are out there. I'm watching birds, bees, butterflies, trees. That's number one. Number two, I like to knit. So I like to loom knit. So I might be loom knitting a hat or something like that. I love to read. That's the thing. And not my material. I mean, I'm really reading, I like that. But my main one, number one, is just sitting in nature, vibing with nature. I'll go to the water. And I'm a lover of ducks. I love the ducks.
Oh, wow.
So somewhere with ducks, you look out and you can find me there.
Yeah. So it's good to say, good, I guess it's very secure to say anything that deals with nature and the environment per se.
Oh, yes. I'm out there.
So I gotta ask you, since you love those things, are you into like photography or anything like that?
Okay, so here's the thing. I've recently, because I have to, all of the graphic design that you see on any of my pages, I do all of that work. But I've been taking the pictures for like Melted Gold, the Elixir EP. I didn't do the cover art. Shout out to Nick Davis, Ain't Bad Productions in Lexington, Kentucky. He did the cover for the EP. But the promo photos that you see for the different songs, I did all of those pictures. So that's something that I've been exploring. But I don't own a special type of camera that I do photography with. But I have an eye for it, though. I know. Yes. Yeah, I have an eye for it. I know what I'm looking for, and it has to be different. It's not that straight on senior head pose. It's not that. It goes with that creative. It just flows.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because that's one of the things I noticed about it. Even before you said that, that's one of the things I noticed, like with your pictures, is different from most. A lot of people, like you said, do all that, and they do like this, they do that, and all that stuff. So it's good. It was refreshing to, I guess, see something different for a change, which helps you stand out. Because of course, like with the radio station, we constantly getting like submissions every single day. So I get tired of seeing all this same stuff over and over, or the same sounds, over and over. So, discovering your music was definitely refreshing. So the next one's going to get a little harder.
Okay.
The next one is, what has been the biggest obstacle you had to face and that you had to really lean on your faith to get through it?
Ooh, out of all of them, I would have to say it's the catalyst that started this all. 2016, my mom passed, and it really didn't settle in my mind until 2018. And when it finally settled in my mind, I shut down completely, not just away from social media and the stage, but just mentally and physically shut down, trying to figure out, did this really just happen? Even though I was there, I'm in the pulpit, I'm singing, I'm speaking, I'm a part of it. I was for the whole thing, but I held that grief in. I didn't let my body experience any of it. And when I finally got to a space of allowing, okay, I can let that in now. What happened was, because I let that in, it opened up everything else that I had buried since age 0. And I just didn't know how I was. Let me tell you, I was below rock bottom. So much so that where a rock was looking down at me like, well, when you get up, I'll be up here for you to lean on. Like, I'm under a rock. That's how it was, down to nothing. Like, I had nothing. I was living at a homeless shelter. Like, nope, I'm taking the bus. Everything just went to 0. But when I look in hindsight, I had to experience that to get to this point right here. I had to, because nothing in my life was causing me to stop everything and really look at me, really look at this. And once I did that, it turned everything around. So I had to lean on all 12 disciples. Everybody come here. I need all 12. I need that tunic, your sandals, your satchel. He said, don't take nothing with you. Well, give it to me. I need all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. The next one that we have for you, who has been the most impactful person in your life to help shape who you are today?
My mom. She did that. She did that. And I look now at how I was learning from her when she wasn't teaching, but just observing, because she was a school teacher. So she was always in teacher mode, whether she was at home or at school. But even just standing back and watching her in her room, or how she would organize things or move, I do that now to this day, make the list and get organized and so it's been her to really give me that concrete foundation of the rest of your life. If you just use this, you can springboard from that, and you are good. And it's been education. If you want to do anything in life, you can read about it, take a course, you can move, you can advance, but education has been the key.
And do you have any, I guess, inspiring words you can share with an up-and-coming poet to help them get to the next level?
Oh, I want to say, okay, so this is one that can not only be said to the poet, but just any person. The ancestor to every action is a thought.
Yes.
You can't do it first. You got to think about it first. So more often than not, poets will think about it and then no action, because they will think themselves out of the action. So if you're wondering why you haven't published, why you're not in front of an audience, all the whys of what's going on with me as a full-time or a public appearing poet, the ancestor to every action is a thought. So always mind your thoughts, and they will show you what your actions will be.
Indeed. And of course, before we close, can you share what's coming up for you for the rest of the year?
First of all, it's Melted Gold, the Elixir EP, releasing a track a month on purpose. And this, I really get to dig deep into the behind the scenes of the song, the meaning, the writing. And also with that, I've written a book, behind the scenes, the journey from solid to liquid, which is the accompaniment to Melted Gold, the Elixir EP. So that will be coming out as well. And then what I'm looking at next is the Melted Gold is a trilogy. So it has the potion and the remedy. So I will be doing premieres of those. So you have Melted Gold, the elixir, the potion, and the remedy. So I'm busy. You're busy. I'm busy. Yeah, we're
But
busy.
that's a good thing, though. That's a good
Yeah,
thing, you know.
yeah, we're busy out there together.
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, we just celebrated Juneteenth. So, can you share what Juneteenth means to you?
Wow. Oh, that's a long one. And you would ask that question at closing. Well, okay. So let's make it brief. It is an opportunity for
Mm-hmm.
us to be us
Mm-hmm.
finally.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, if I keep it brief, because if I really get into it, we won't be closing. But again,
But I want your time.
yeah, I'll add a word in front of it. It is acknowledging the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity and the right for
Mm-hmm.
us to be us finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, yeah, I like that. I like that. I believe that's a pretty solid, answer on that.
Mhm.
For the listeners that's listening, how can they still see into uh, your projects or other things you have going on?
Yeah, for sure. So on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, it's
Mm-hmm.
Photo and Ox,
Mm-hmm.
Photoandox, Photo and Ox. Or
Mm-hmm.
you can also just visit the link tree. So it's
Mm-hmm.
linktree/photo and ox, but everything is photo and ox.
Mm-hmm.
And the link tree actually gives you everything. So when you go there, you will see the IG feed, the
Mm-hmm.
books, the
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, the Facebook, the events, the podcast is everything. And the link tree is updated daily.
Mm-hmm.
So photo and ox on all platforms.
Okay. All right. And for the booking, they'll go there as well. The bookies.
Oh yes, for sure. As
Okay.
soon as you get to the link tree, it has a
Mm-hmm.
link to the Mental Rhythm series, which will take you over to the Amazon page.
Okay. Guys, we was joined by the incredible Khame right here on the ReShard show. So don't touch that dial. Keep it locked here. We're gonna have some great music. Matter of fact, let's play Free Grand Opening by our sister. So
All right.
coming up right about now.